This is Channel 9's Thursday.
Hi and welcome to This Is Your Life, right next to the Wacker here in Perth. Well, as a young boy, this week's guest of honour grew up believing he would one day play cricket for Australia. Even as a teenager, he was so drawn to the game, he even worked here at the Wacker as a cleaner. And eventually, after a lot of hard work, determination and an incredible agility, he became one of the nation's greatest cricketers. Now, right now, he's in the middle of a training session with his players and doing an interview. And that's where we're going to surprise him. So, let's do it.
I'm not getting any younger, and I thought that if there's one thing that world cricket does need, and that's a strong England, and if I can help in any way, then I think world cricket will be better for it. So, when you've sort of given most of your life to the game, barriers get broken down very quickly between countries. I mean, the game is the thing, not not who you're coaching or who you're supporting or who you hope wins. That's irrelevant. I mean, the game of cricket is the thing that you want to see continue, and the game of cricket...
Hey, Rod.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Good to see you.
Yeah, you well?
Long time I am well.
Yeah.
Are you well?
Yeah, I'm really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Rod Marsh, this is your life.
Good.
That's amazing, mate.
Oh, thank you
And we're going to do it today.
Are you?
Yeah? Don't
See.
open that because it's all in there, all the
Oh, righto.
secrets are in there. Now, a little birdie tells us that you said you would run a mile if we ever came anywhere near you.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a chance, have I? I'm getting too old for that, too.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Thanks for being a good sport about this.
No worries.
It's going to be, not that you've got much choice, I know, but
No.
it's going to be a lovely show, and we're going to do it in the next couple of hours.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Rod Marsh. It's a big rap. Now, the sting today, you mentioned your haircut. Just tell us what you said about your haircut.
Well, I mean, I had a haircut not that long ago, and just before Ros, my wife, left to come over here, I reckon 3 times she said, go and get a haircut. And I said, I don't really want a haircut, and I don't need a haircut. Well, you're going to Perth, go and get a haircut. And I couldn't work out why I needed a haircut to come to Perth, but I got a haircut, didn't I?
And
you do as you're told, mate, when you've been married as long as I do.
And you realise why.
Yeah, exactly, now I do, yeah.
What's it like having an entire stand at an oval named after you?
Well, I almost feel that I'd rather my surname be Harsh.
Why is that?
Well, it could be Harsh and Lily then, couldn't it? Not Lily and Marsh. But, no, it's fine. I mean, it's amazing to think that Dennis and I have been remembered that way, I suppose.
And of course up there, not only your name, but as you mentioned with Dennis Lillee, who is probably the greatest fast bowler of all time. Dennis Lillee.
Thanks a lot.
Nice haircut.
Yeah, it's better than yours.
Surely you blokes can go 1 hour without a beer.
Yeah, I can.
Actually, I'm surprised he had it. He's normally red wine nowadays.
Well, that's
so,
it, yeah. Actually,
I
not very
put that
cold.
down?
Actually, there's a table over there, fellas. I might put it on the table. Jeez. Go, where were you guys brought up? Fair dinkum. So you're a red wine drinker now?
Oh, well, I mean, only if someone presents me with one, I guess.
Yeah?
If I can find one.
But he used to drink.
There was a time when he drank, actually. I mean, it's been told a few times before, but I guess I've got to rub it in again. He many years ago, one of his great mates, Dougie Walters, had a record for the number of beers from Australia to England on a trip across for to play Test cricket. And Rod thought he'd assail this record, and
Which was then 40... What was the record
44, I think.
44.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
I just did the
he
drinking,
knows
mate.
exactly
I
what
didn't
it
do
is.
the counting.
Anyway, I thought I'd take him out the night before and put him off. So we had a monster the night before, and the next thing I know, I get a phone call to my room and saying, lunch in about an hour. And I thought, oh, this man's strong, he's unbelievable. thought he was only joking, but he was there, so I went over there, they had a few, and everyone reminded me that this is nothing, you know, it doesn't count towards a record. He said, no problem, just a warm-up. Anyway,
Just a net practice.
gets to the stage that we get just out of London, and he's struggling a bit, and an announcement is made that he's about to break the record, and up he gets, you know, and he's sort of, all of a sudden he's there, and finally throws the last one down, collapses in his tracksuit, and there's two of us left there to bloody try and dress this whale, you know. Undress and then dress.
How many cans?
45.
45. No wonder you don't remember how many.
Ah, no, I do really. I just...
Being modest.
No, not. I mean, you wouldn't do it these days, and you wouldn't advise people to do it these days. And
He's got this as a coach coming out of him. I can't believe it.
And I mean, there's been a lot of untruths written, hasn't there? But because we didn't go to lunch beforehand at all.
Oh, that's a fallacy?
That's we did have a huge monster the night before.
Mate, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Mate. Not only a great bloke, Rodney, but a reasonable drinker too.
Yeah. Thanks, Dennis. Mate, take a seat now. Rodney William Marsh. You're born the second of two boys to Barbara and Ken on the 4th of November 1947. Your dad manages the local brickworks in Armidale, just south of Perth. It's a close family in which you idolise your big brother, Graham. Now, your mum is not too well, as you know, and couldn't be here tonight, but sends this along with Graham's wife, Julie.
Rodney, I'm so pleased with you, my boy. You're doing so well. I've always known that you'll do. And I've watched you, and I'm very proud of all the things you've done.
Hi, Rod. As you know, Graham, who, by the way, insists that he's got the longest legs, he's playing golf in Newport Beach this week and is unable to come out to be with you tonight, but sends his love and best wishes and hopes you have a wonderful night.
Rod, your parents are keen musicians, but it's cricket that your dad takes you and Graham to most weekends. You're now 8 and you're spending every waking hour practicing in the backyard. Your mum doesn't mind cricket, but other sports worry her because of one overriding factor. She wants to protect those famous hands, but not for cricket. True?
Yeah, exactly.
What does she want to protect them for?
Well, she reckoned I'd have been some great pianist like... I mean, Dad was a dance band piano man as opposed to a classical pianist, and Graham was a golfer as opposed to a pianist. And I mean, she was dead set worried about me hurting my hand, so because she thought I was a really good pianist, but I wasn't. And yeah, I played a couple. Yeah, I know what you're going to say here.
No, go on.
No, you're going to. The time when I did hurt my hand playing football, is that what you're going to talk about?
Please tell us.
And I've had to go outside. Rodney, go and get the paper, please. So I've gone out the front to get the paper. Now, I didn't know how I could miss piano practice because I couldn't say I got hit in the end of the finger with a football. So I've come back in and said, God, you're not going to believe what's happened here. I've jammed my finger in the door and I don't think I'll be able to practice for some time here. And I think it was broken, but...
She bought that?
Oh, absolutely. She was my mother.
Well, at only 9 years of age, you are now selected to play for the local under-16 side.
You soon realised all those dreams and aspirations, Rod, that came from our backyard test matches.
It's your best mate from those days, Bob Johnston, along with coach and teacher Jeff Sinclair.
Jeez. Looking good, mate.
Now, you spent many, many hours in the Marsh backyard, didn't you?
We were virtually inseparable through our teen years, and Mrs. Marsh was a pretty keen gardener. And there were terraced lawns at Rod's place and also a big grassed area alongside the house. So we had quite a few different venues that we could operate with, and each venue had its own associated sort of list of rules and regulations. So yeah, we spent a lot of time there, and
Including not hitting Mrs. Marsh's roses?
well, this is true. I think Mrs. Marsh was always, you know, fond of me because I was never in long enough to do any damage to her garden. But Rod had to restrict his shot play to some extent.
To the leg side, that's what you want to say.
And of course, as a mate, he was there for you in hard times too, wasn't he?
Certainly, yes. We've always contacted each other on birthdays, and as you know, Rod's is the 4th of November, and in 1989 I was talking to Rod for his birthday, and I found out a few hours later that the same time I was on the phone, my eldest son was actually killed in a car accident. So November the 4th has held pretty mixed emotions for my wife and I ever since then. But like the true mate he is, Rod was straight up to Northampton, and he spent some time with us during that traumatic period, and also Nadine and I came down to Perth and spent time with Rod and Roz, and we certainly thank them for all the support they gave us.
And Jeff, you are responsible for this man becoming a wicketkeeper, aren't you?
So I'm told, yes.
How did that come about?
Well, he was in my class with this young man. Very agile and very natural, and wanted to be bowl at both ends, bat in the middle. So I said the only way to get really organised is become a wicketkeeper.
So, and then he could be there all day,
Yeah,
almost.
all day long.
Yeah.
That was it.
And he
Good
did it-
advice, Jeff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good advice. Oh, sorry, Mr. Sinclair.
You'll get it right.
And had you thought about wicket-keeping at that stage? Until Jeff mentioned it?
It's a hell of a long time ago. And I think, no, probably not, but I mean, the great thing was, as soon as I wanted to become a wicketkeeper, I got a pair of wicket-keeping gloves, which I thought was, you know, fantastic. Mum worked, Dad worked, and it was great. Because, you know, if you really wanted something badly enough, you could get it. But I knew I'd never abuse that, and a pair of wicket-keeping gloves to me was, once I started wicket-keeping, was like, you know, gold. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you for coming
I'll
in.
catch up with you.
I'll catch up with you, mate.
Rod, as you mentioned, on your 11th birthday, your parents give you those wicket-keeping gloves. And a Test cricketer is born who dreams up every different way to throw and catch different balls. Can you give us an idea of what you did?
I mean, that's what keeping's about. It's about catching. And it's not necessarily catching with gloves on. It's throwing the ball against the hills hoist. It's getting people to throw the ball off a raised cement landing down to the lawn where you could dive and catch. And I'm sure, you know, if Dad ever had arthritis in his right shoulder, it was a result of that. And the same with Graham, if he's ever had problems. I mean, I would just try and get anyone to throw to me so I could catch. And
Including golf balls?
Whatever was around. Tennis balls, wet tennis balls off the concrete were always good fun.
And the hills hoist?
The hills hoist, a golf ball or the cricket ball against that, you know, against the upright, and there's a knob there where you wind the handle, I think. I haven't done too much hanging out the washing lately. But, you know, anything you could find, and wherever you could find something to throw something against, you'd catch it. Inside, you'd have a sock. You know, you roll up a sock, or you'd put paper and put sticky tape around the paper. You'd just do anything to get a ball and catch it. That's the way it was.
Yeah. Rod, you're a bright student, and much to your mum's delight, you are now finally getting honours in piano. Cricket's not going too badly either. At only 13, you captain the WA schoolboys and remain one of the state's top cricketers until you leave school. At university, you start studying to become a teacher, and it's here a certain classmate catches you.
I gave him all my geography notes, but they couldn't have been too good because he failed.
It's your wife of 33 years, Roz. Are you in trouble?
I think so. But it is a nice haircut.
Was he that bad at geography?
Well, he was always at cricket training, either during tutorials and lectures. He missed every tutorial and lecture in geography. So it wasn't until the following year he actually passed geography and eventually became a geography teacher. So
Oh, really?
that was quite ironical, yes.
Now, where are we now? What part of the country?
But always a good dad and husband.
Fantastic father, great humour in our family, Very loyal, very caring, and I'm just very proud of him. And we've had a wonderful life, and we're looking forward to England in the future. So well done. I'm very proud of you.
Sit down and behave yourself.
Yeah, please. Rod, at 20, you are selected to represent WA against the touring West Indies, and a certain batsman remembers it all too clearly.
Hi, Rodney. Congratulations. It's 35 years since since we first met, and you made a 100, and I dropped you quite early. You lucky man. But it's obvious that that century that you made put you on the path to glory. I'm here in Melbourne, and as you know, most West Indians do admire Australia, and we feel that it's like a second home to us. Especially Brian Lara, he made 277 in Sydney, that epic innings, and he named his daughter Sydney after that performance. But we wondered what he would have called her if he had made that same score in Lahore in Pakistan. But you've been a great cricketer for Australia and for Western Australia. You're a cricketing icon. You epitomise everything that is good where the game is concerned. When you get to England to take up your new appointment, the drinks are anew. I salute you, pal. Have a great evening.
Isn't that lovely? That's great. As Clive said, that century cements your position in the Shield team for 15 years, alongside sandgropers like John Emberarity and Bruce Laird. Hi, John. How are you? Good. Now, as Rod's long-time mentor, you know him pretty well, don't you?
Now, what does mentor mean? He
He's a bloody headmaster of Hale School. Doesn't know what mentor means.
Does that mean he argues with me more than most, does it? Or more readily than most?
I guess. And somebody looks up to.
Yeah, but I have seen a lot of him over the years, a lot of him. And I remember when we first played together at the university, and that was about 1965, and there wasn't a pair of trousers in Western Australia or a set of safety pins quite able to cope with his girth. And on Saturday afternoons, within the first over or two, it would split. His trousers were all the way around, so I've seen quite a bit of Rod Marsh over the years.
And this is the same Rod Marsh, I believe, who was already predicting that he'd play for Australia as wicketkeeper.
Well, he wrote to me. I was on a tour to England in 1968, and Rod had yet to play for Western Australia then, and he wrote to me, and somewhere in the letter he sort of signed it off and said, "I'm writing to you as Australia's next wicketkeeper." And I think within 2 years that had come true. Is that right?
Yeah. Took a couple of years too long.
So no shortage of confidence.
No shortage of confidence, no.
And of course, Bruce, you guys go back a long way, don't you? Two of you.
Yeah, we roomed together a fair bit because we both fairly impartial to a beer, so they used to put us together quite often. And there's a few stories I can tell, but a couple in particular. There was one in Tassie where we'd been out having a few beers, and it was our last Shield tour actually. And we got back too late to get the key from reception, and of course we had to get in, so Rod tried opening the window and put his hand through it. And being captain of the Shield side at the time, it didn't go too well with Daryl Foster. And another time we're in Sydney, it was during World Series, and we're rooming together. And we'd obviously won the game because we'd had a few beers, otherwise we wouldn't have been drinking.
World Series, not the boss looking over us.
And Rod's having a shave. He's got his face pretty close to the mirror, and I've been in another room. I've run into the bathroom. I've given him a bit of an elbow, and he's pushed his face into the mirror, and he broke his nose. So that's why he's still got the.
Thanks, fellas, for coming in. Much appreciated.
What's happened there?
Rod, in 1969, you are now a teacher and you marry Ros. At 23, you're selected in the Australian side for the Ashes series. And as our youngest ever wiki, there's plenty of knockers. So it's not long before you get some pretty uncomplimentary nicknames, like
Iron gloves.
Iron Gloves. Anything else?
Actually, I heard a good one the other day from one of the boys in the England Cricket Academy, called one of the wicket keepers a speed hump. He speed hump. I said, what's that all about? He said, well, he doesn't stop many, he just slows them down.
That's a good.
So, maybe I should have been speed hump.
You become the first Aussie wicketkeeper to score a century. Your 355 dismissals is a record which is to last 17 years. And Court Marsh, Bold Lily, is to go up on the scoreboard no less than 95 times. And most importantly, you always have the respect of all 70 teammates during your Test career, including captains and lifelong mates, Greg and Ian Chappell. Now, Greg, you didn't like him when you first met him, did you?
No, we first crossed paths in a schoolboys interstate tournament in Brisbane a long time ago anyway. We didn't see a lot of each other in that carnival, but when we started playing interstate cricket for South Australia and Western Australia respectively, I actively disliked him. I thought he was an obnoxious little so-and-so. He was chatting all the time, never shut up. He never actually spoke to you, but you knew he was always talking about you as he went past and talking to his slip fielders. But once I started playing cricket with him, I realised he was just the sort of bloke you wanted in your team, in the trenches alongside you when things were going tough. You know, each one of us that have been fortunate enough to play for Australia and wear the baggy green cap would have died for it. But I think Bacchus and Ian Redpath would have killed for it.
Yeah. And Ian, you tell a very funny story about sharing a bed with him one night.
Yeah, well, we used to be pretty keen golfers. Well, I was in those days, not so much now. But we had this game. Sunday was always terrific when you're on a tour of England because it was the one day that you got off, and so you're very careful about your Sundays because Saturday night would be a big night, sleep in, and then Sunday afternoon have a game of golf. Well, with this Australian dentist, Garth Pettit, and he lived around the Derbyshire area. We were playing Derbyshire. But unfortunately, we were staying at Sheffield, so it was about a 30-mile drive. He wanted us to play golf, and we said, yeah, we'll play in the afternoon. He said, no, we'll play at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we came to the arrangement, we'll stay at Garth's place so that we can get a bit of sleep and get up early for golf. Anyhow, as would have it, we have a few beers and it starts to get a bit late, and the conversation for the last hour, for some reason or other, it gets around to gays. I don't know, did you start that, Rodney?
No, I turned it up.
Anyhow, it gets on to gays, and eventually I look at my watch. I said, Rodney, it's 5 o'clock, we've got to get some sleep. So Garth says, oh, you go in here. So we go into the bedroom, and there's one bed, big double bed. We've sort of looked at each other, and we looked at Garth. He said, no, this is where you're sleeping. So righto, we hop into bed. Rodney right over that side of the bed, I'm right over this side of the bed. It was one of those switches that you just pull with the thing. I said to Rodney, you ready to go to sleep? Yep. So I pulled the cord down, and I thought, right, I'm playing against him today at golf. He's very competitive. Maybe I might beat him. So I reach over and I grab him on the old fella, you see. And I reckon he levitated. I reckon about 2 feet off the bed.
That was me that levitated. Oh, Rodney. Yeah, just get that straight, the whole body.
The whole body.
It was never going to get that high, was it, Rodney? So anyhow, I can't repeat exactly what he said, but I just quietly rolled over and went to sleep, had at least 3 hours good sleep. He gets up in the morning and he's abusing me for keeping him up all night, but he still went out and won the bloody golf anyhow, so I couldn't beat him.
But he never went back to sleep?
No, well, that's what he tells me. He said
I
he didn't
have 1 foot on the ground. 1 leg in the bed, 1 foot on the ground.
Ready to bolt.
Oh, ready to go. Christ, I thought the captain had turned.
Retired anyway.
Greg, Ian, thank you very much for
Pleasure,
coming.
mate.
Really appreciate it.
Having a beer or what?
Oh, dear.
Hi Rod, well you and Greg Chappell were my two cricketing heroes. I love the fact that you're always in the thick of things, never took a backward step and played with great pride and passion for the country and your team. I'm pleased to say and glad that those qualities aren't lost because of your work throughout the academies. I think your greatest skill though was getting a bottle of champagne to me in the middle of Pakistan. We couldn't believe it in Rawalpindi when it turned up on breaking your record. So thanks very much for that. Thanks very much for all your help over the years. Have a fantastic night. You deserve it.
Well, Rod Marsh, where do I start? I remember one Christmas where, again, I'd overstayed my welcome, and the two of us, well, in fact, there were three, because Daniel, Rod's son, was there as well, and we basically went outside to use the men's toilet up against the bamboo hedge, and, well, basically, Bacchus, you lost your balance, and you fell face first into the hedge, you split your head open, but the saddest bit about it all was next morning, I had an irate wife, Roz, on the phone, blaming me for pushing you into the hedge. Now, you didn't tell the truth. You should have owned up to drinking too much and we would have all been in a better place. But look, quite seriously, Rod Marsh is like a father, a brother and a best mate all wrapped up in one. I love him. I wish I was there. But Bacchus, to you, have a great night. I'm sure you don't need my encouragement to do that. Love to Roz and all the family. You thoroughly deserve all that's come your way.
Rod, for nearly 10 years, you played just for the love of the game. But professional cricket is just around the corner.
Marsh, Ian Chappell, Greg Chappell and Thompson all on the move interstate. It's symptomatic of the players' current dilemma. If you play Test and Shield cricket, it's becoming a full-time occupation. And if you pick for England, you need a lot more behind you than the board is prepared to pay.
I'm getting paid while I played. Last time I went to England in 1972, I took leave without pay from the education department, and believe you me, it nearly broke me. I had no money at all.
And then in 1977, Kerry Packer grabs the game by the scruff of the neck and launches World Series cricket. And no one is prepared just how popular it will be. Crowd attendances swell and games are now telecast live and in prime time. There's helmets, white balls and bright colourful uniforms. And you players, yourselves, now become stars.
Been training all the winter and there's not a team that's fitter. And that's the way it's gotta be. 'Cause you're up against the best, you know. This is super test, you know. And you've gotta beat the best the world has seen. Lily's pounding down like a machine. Pascoe's making divots in the green. Marsh is taking wickets. Hooks, he's clearing pickets. And the Chappell's eyes have got that killer gleam. Come on, Aussie, come on, come on. Come on, Aussie, come on, come on. Come on, Aussie, come on, come on. Come on, Aussie, come on.
And you are a standout during your 92 one-day internationals. And who can forget that knock of 26 runs in just one over against New Zealand?
That's six more. He's got hold of that over the Victor Richardson gates. That's a beauty, Rodney Marsh. Onto the roof, magnificent camera work and a magnificent shot. The crowd on their feet for Rodney Marsh. Great stuff.
You've always preferred Test cricket over one day, haven't you?
Yep.
Because it's more traditional?
Oh, because it is what it is, a test.
Yeah.
With a capital T. Never, ever should it be written with a small t.
You're 36 in 1984 when you decide to hang up the gloves while you're still on top. And at last, this gives you more time with your growing family. Your three boys, Paul, Daniel and Jamie. Paul, what's it like being the son of Rod Marsh?
Oh, I don't really know it any other way, or none of us do. He's obviously was away for a lot of our upbringing, but very proud, obviously, of all the things he's done with his career and coaching, and he's taught us a lot over the years. There's no question about that. So I think we've got some pretty good values from him.
He hasn't taught you much handiwork around the house, though, has he?
No, he's very ordinary around the house. I think we were talking about it earlier on. I think one time the hose fell off the tap and he had to call his father around to put it back on for him. So
how embarrassing!
I must say that none of us are any good at all. Jamie's actually a cabinet maker, but the other two are pretty ordinary. But the values, I suppose, he's taught us, we're all pretty honest sort of blokes.
Well, you had to learn to use the telephone, and when something goes wrong around the house, you ring someone.
Exactly, yeah. Always outsource that sort of stuff. It's been Dad's advice. But he's also, I think we've all had a good time for our respective lives, and that really comes from Dad. He's given us plenty of entertainment over the years. A lot of it's revolved around a couple of beers, no doubt about that. But under the influence, he's done some incredible things. He's
even a dancer, I hear.
Yeah, he's got this dance with a serviette. I can't explain it, but it just happens. It's sort of around midnight to 1 o'clock, and the serviette comes out and it starts going between the legs and over under shoulder. It's just hard to explain.
Do you happen to have a serviette with you?
I've only got a small one. I probably can't help you.
Oh, here's a serviette here. Mike, you'll never make the team.
He didn't teach me how to catch, obviously.
Now, Rob, will you show us how it's done?
Well, no, it only happens at weddings, so...
we've
no news for me, Jamie?
We've got some music. We've got some special music.
No, honestly, it's really, that's all it is.
Oh, come on, mate.
Simple and look, it happens.
Aren't you going to show us how you do it?
I honestly don't know how I do it.
You know, they said you wouldn't do it.
No, well, I wouldn't know how to, would I? I mean, you've got to have plenty
You've got to have 68 beers.
Well, you've got to have plenty under the belt to worry about serviette saying.
All right. Fellas, you're right. Thanks very much for coming in.
See you a bit later. You having a beer or what? Yeah. You didn't bat.
Rod, you might now be retired, but you're never far from the game. You're reporting and commentating for the Nine Network and Sydney Radio 2UE. But they suddenly sack you. Why?
Oh, hey, I can't. The broadcasting tribunal, is that still up and operational?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, mate, if I tell you, I'll have to kill you.
Is that right?
Yeah, can't tell you.
I'm willing to risk it.
No. I think I said something about one-day cricket that the boss didn't like.
So it's being critical of one-day cricket? Yeah. Generally?
Or not being so much critical of one-day cricket, but saying that Test cricket was better than one-day cricket. I don't know, and it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, within weeks, it doesn't matter, because within weeks you're appointed head coach of the Cricket Academy in Adelaide. And for 10 years, you are the guiding force for our next generation of players, some of whom are today in the Australian squad.
Rodney, this is your life in Australia. It's a great honour. You left a great legacy to Australian cricket, not only as a great player and a hero to all of us, but as the coach of the Cricket Academy. You did a great job there, and probably the most important thing, mate, you're a great bloke, and we all hope you have a great time tonight. Good luck, mate.
Have a great night.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. It's not a bad beer, all right.
All right, hey? Well, it'll do me. But don't think you're going to chip me to buy in the next round.
Sorry?
Don't think you're going to chip me.
Sorry, mate.
I said, don't think you're going to chip me.
For goodness sake, speak up, will you?
Mate, I'm shouting.
Thought you'd never asked, ever.
Thanks, Marshy.
Rod, nowadays you're batting for the other side. In charge of teaching the Poms how to play their own game, you're now moving to England. That's a big change and challenge for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's something that is a challenge, and I do like a challenge. And it's very, very important that England cricket is strong. I don't know whether I can make a difference. In fact, I think what has to happen, there has to be a culture change, and I think that culture change must be brought about by the players themselves, not the coaches. And I just hope that it does happen, because I've been involved with 17 young fellas for the last how many months, and there's some terrific young fellas there, and I'd love to see them get the same enjoyment from the game of cricket as I've had, and I don't think they can do that unless they play 10 years of Test cricket for their country and win. It's very important for them, and I think it's important for world cricket.
Yeah, and we wish you luck.
Ta.
Your move to the UK means you're going to be a long way from some of your family. And tonight, almost everyone is here to say farewell, except one person. You think he's on the US golf circuit, but he's not. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Graham Marsh.
Hi, mate. Good. Oh, yeah, good.
Graham, he's not a bad golfer either, is he?
Pretty good. He's pretty good. It's funny the way he started, being a bit older than him. You know, Ken, our father, was a mad keen golfer and obviously loved his cricket as well. When we started, we used to mess around on the back lawn. Anyway, we always used to hit this plastic ball with a 3-wood. We used to hit it. Ken and myself would hit it there for hour after hour after hour, but he wasn't interested in that. He's only interested in cricket. Anyway, one day he gets out there and picks it up, and he's a natural left-hander. So he goes at this ball with the back of the 3-wood. Now, they didn't, you know, no left-handed club, but with the back of a wood, is, in those days, a genuine wood, was pretty difficult. But, you know, he got it airborne and he kept hitting it, and we took him out on the golf course and let him hit it, get it airborne with the back of the wood. But after a while, he was smart enough to figure it out that he had to change to be a right-hander if he wanted to play the game. And he could have been a very good player.
His handicap was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got down to 4, played pennants for Lake Carrinup, and he was a good player.
Yeah.
But, you know, played a little bit like he did with his cricket. You know, it was hit or miss. I mean, it was never anything too methodical about it. It was give it a big rip.
I'd have been a lot thinner if I played golf for a living.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know about that. And being competitive, I think, you know, once you have that competitive nature, if you're driven towards a sport, you can make it. And there's no doubt about his competitiveness.
And as competitive as he was, deep down he's a bit of a softie, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a softie. I mean, he's but I think that comes out in all the things that he does, and over the years, you know, I've watched him, and obviously we had a great dog, Debbie, the old black lab. And anyway, the day he was selected to play for Australia, Debbie passed away, and he was pretty shook up about that when he found out about it. I mean, not that that's the limit of his humane side. I mean, he's more.
No.
But he was pretty keen. But I know that Ken. I've just loved the game of cricket, and when he passed away in 1993, he was pretty proud of this boy, I can promise you.
I bet he was proud of both of you. Yeah. Graham, thanks for coming all this way. Graham's only here for 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. But thank you. Rod, you are the sort of bloke who has always taken his cricket so seriously, but you've never taken yourself seriously or your amazing abilities with bat and ball. And you've always given back to the game, helping us maintain our world supremacy. And that's why we've been very lucky to have you. Rod Marsh, this is your life.
Thanks, Mike.